ये जो इंडिया है ना, फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच की यहां क्या कीमत है? फॉर सम इट इज 1 rupee, फॉर सम it is priceless. Ask Dr. Kafil Khan. Freedom of speech cost him many months in jail thanks to an illegal detention order issued by Chandrabhushan Singh, District Magistrate of Aligarh. Ordering Khan's release, the Allahabad High Court said there is nothing in the speech delivered by Kafil Khan at AMU on the 12th of December 2019, due to which he was detained, that promoted hatred or violence. His speech nowhere threatened the peace and tranquility of Aligarh. In fact, it was a call for unity among citizens. The district magistrate did a selective reading of a few phrases from the speech, ignoring its true intent. The High Court also criticized the use of the National Security Act or NSA to extend Dr. Khan's detention, saying no material was shared to show he was a threat. He was not even on the UP police charge sheets for the violence in Aligarh on 13 December. Clearly, the NSA order was an afterthought, and so it was illegal. So did Chandrabhushan Singh, District Magistrate of Aligarh, trample all over Kafil Khan's freedom of speech just to please his political bosses in UP? And is that all right? Then, Pinjra Tod activist Devangana Kalita, the cost of freedom of speech for her is over 3 months in jail and counting. The Delhi High Court granted her bail in a case related to the violence in Northeast Delhi in February 2020. She had been charged with attempt to murder, rioting, and criminal conspiracy. But the court said that she only took part in a peaceful agitation, which is her fundamental right, that the police had no evidence of her making a hate speech, instigating violence, and she should not suffer any further unnecessary harassment, humiliation, and unjustified detention. The irony is that Devangana will remain in jail as she is in custody for another case filed under the Stringent Unlawful Activities Prevention Act or UAPA for allegedly being part of a premeditated conspiracy in the Delhi violence. And of course, under the UAPA, the police can hold an accused in custody without sharing evidence for up to 6 months and more. So, have Devangana and several other critics of the government been arrested under the UAPA because perhaps there is no evidence against them that will stand in a court of law? And curtailing freedom of speech in such a manner, is that all right? And what is the cost of freedom of speech for Suresh Chavhanke, head of TV channel Sudarshan News? No cost, not even when it is twisted into freedom to make hate speech. A few days ago, Chavhanke created the term Naukarshahi Jihad or Bureaucracy Jihad, UPSC Jihad, claiming that jihadis from Jamia will soon be district collectors and secretaries in government ministries. His claim was based on the news that 30 students of Jamia Millia Islamia University cleared the UPSC exam this year, painting their success as an Islamic conspiracy. Chavhanke even tagged Prime Minister Modi and the RSS in his Bureaucracy Jihad tweet. He was so sure of scoring brownie points with them. But in fact, Chavhanke is wrong. Far from taking over the civil services, Muslims in fact make up a tiny 3.46% of India's 8,400 IAS and IPS officers, way less than the overall percentage of Muslims in India, which is just under 15%. In fact, Muslims seem to have done better at jail jihad. Muslims make up 19% of those under trial in India's jails and 17% of India's jailed convicts. And what about the thousands of Muslim soldiers in the Indian Army? Will Chavhanke call that Fauji Jihad? Maybe even redefine late Abdul Kalam's career as ISRO Jihad? After senior Godi media journalist Sudhir Chaudhary showed us his jihad chart describing wild phenomena such as Bollywood jihad, media jihad, history jihad, and more recently he even coined Corona jihad, I guess for some journalists, freedom of speech is now conveniently confused with freedom to promote bigotry. And for any libtard dismissing Chavhanke as the loony fringe, Do note that he and his channel have over 300,000 followers on Twitter and 1 million YouTube subscribers. Also, apparently confused between freedom of speech and bigotry are some of Facebook's top officials in India. A Wall Street Journal report has revealed that even after BJP MLA from Telangana, Tiger Raja Singh, had been red flagged internally for hate speech, Facebook's public policy head in India, Ankhi Das, advised against banning him, reportedly telling colleagues that punishing violations by politicians from Modi's party would damage Facebook's business prospects in India, its biggest global market by number of users. A Time magazine report has also claimed that Facebook's former public policy director for India and South Asia, Shivnak Thukral, ignored key communal hate speech violations that were pointed out by Awaaz, a hate speech watchdog group. Yes, Facebook has finally banned Raja Singh, removing at least 5 Facebook profiles dedicated to him, along with an Instagram account. But isn't this too little, too late? And will the next Raja Singh be banned only when Facebook faces another PR nightmare? Also, when is India's own legal system going to tackle Raja Singh? The MLA has several cases of hate speech pending against him, with no known progress in any of them. Are we okay with that? A lot has been said about the 1 rupee fine that the Supreme Court has imposed on Prashant Bhushan for contempt of court. It's a nominal amount, but it's still a punishment. Bhushan had filed a 134-page affidavit explaining his tweets, citing instances of when he believed the court had failed to protect fundamental rights or had been opaque in its functioning, to show that his comments amounted to fair criticism and so was not contempt. But by almost entirely ignoring his affidavit in its judgment, the Supreme Court seems to have a clear message for all citizens that the Supreme Court is above criticism. For all those who value freedom of speech, is that all right? And finally, let's ask one more person the price of freedom of speech. Late senior journalist Gauri Lankesh, who was shot dead on 5th September 2017. The price of freedom of speech for Gauri Lankesh was her life. ये जो इंडिया है ना, if we truly value our freedom of speech, then surely nobody can put a price to it. Even 1 rupee is too much.